This is a short video just generally on lighting, lighting and bezels, darkening. Um, First things first, the subject obviously is Supergirl, and I've got the background picked out. Straight away I'm going to go ahead and blur the background. Just make a copy by pulling the layer you want to copy down and releasing it. So we're going to go filter, blur, Gaussian blur. We'll go with 3.1, that'll be fine. I don't want to blur everything, so I'm going to make a layer mask. And I'm going to take a soft brush, the flow about 35. Let's make the brush a little bigger. And I'm not going to blur this part so much, so I want to make it look a little more realistic, so we're just going to paint away a little bit here at the bottom. Okay, and on to the lighting. The light source you can see is coming from the left side, so we want to make the right side of Supergirl a little bit darker. So how do we do that? Lots of ways to do it. Probably the simplest way is to make a layer clipping mask, go to multiply and pick black as your color, soft brush, and probably down to 9 or 10, and we'll just start to darken this back area a little bit. Darken the head. Just brush it in real easy. Okay. Now I want to darken the face a little bit, so what we're going to do is make a new layer. We're going to get this selection tool here, and we're just going to pick the area that we want to darken. Doesn't have to be exact, but we're going to pick this area right here, sort of on the right side of her face. You can see these little contours. So yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to leave this light around her hair, so I'm going to select around that. From here, I'm going to click the little circle tool and go to exposure, and we're just going to darken it up a little bit. You can use these two sliders, make it a little darker than you want, and I'll show you the reason in a minute. Okay, so doesn't look great, right? So let's go filter to make it look more realistic. Blur, Gaussian blur, and let's blur it. Alright, overshot the mark a little bit. Okay, and I think that looks a lot better. And we can play with it and shape it a little bit. So I'm going to increase the flow of the brush by a little bit. I'm going to take the select black as your color and just sort of shape it a little bit. Brush away. I'm going to take a little bit of this off the top because there's some lighting there at the top that I want to leave. And we can double click on that layer and we can sort of adjust this a little bit. Get the effect that we want. Okay, I think that's good. So we've darkened up that area. Now the the left side of the face pretty much has a lot of light, so I think we're okay with that. But we want to add an effect to the hair, and by the way, we can delete this layer. We're not going to use it any further. So the way we're going to darken the left area of the, or I'm sorry, lighten the left area of the hair, double click on the subject layer, go to bevel and emboss, make sure you've got inner bevel, make sure down here the highlight mode is vivid light, opacity set to 100, set the shadow mode to 0, and we're going to work on the hair. Alright, so since the light is coming from the left side, that's where we're gonna work on the left side. Let's take the size way down, sort of adjust these sliders. Let's take the depth down too. So you just get sort of a gentle bit of lighting there. You could play with the angle a little bit. But I think that's probably where I want it. Okay, so you hit OK, and we got a problem. I didn't really want the light on the arms, or the bevel on the arms, so I'm going to right click, create layer. Now you have this lighting on its own separate layer, so that makes it a little easier to manipulate. So I'm going to go click this box on the bottom right, layer mask, and we're just going to, again, we're just going to paint away take away some of that effect that we do not want. So we leave it on the hair, but we take it off the arm. One thing that I'm seeing is I sort of want to adjust the color of the uniform a little bit, so we're going to add an adjustment layer. Bring the hue and saturation a little bit up, but that makes her face a little off, a little too saturated, so take care of that. Again, we're just gonna click on the layer and just paint some of that away. So that'll leave the uniform with a little more saturated color, but we don't necessarily want to add any saturation to the face. And one last thing, the eyes, while we're here, might as well work on that. Want to get some blue in the eyes, so we're just gonna I guess this will just be a general superhero edit video, because I'm just covering a lot of things. But hopefully this will help someone. But again, take your pen tool and just select the eye, make selection, radius 1. You're going to copy, and you're going to post this, you're going to paste it right above the other layers, so paste. We're going to go to the other eye, going to click on Supergirl layer, select the eye, let's back up there. Make selection, and we're going to copy and paste again. Okay, so we got the two eyes up here. We're going to merge them. We're going to image adjustment, desaturate. Let's see. And we're going to click the circle, create an adjustment layer, clipping mask, colorize, and now we can sort of work on the color of the eyes, a nice blue like that. The right eye looks a little odd, I'm not sure why, but we'll deal with that in a minute. You can also add a levels layer to this to sort of help you work on the eyes a little more. Okay. I think that's good. So problem, why is this eye different? Let's see if we can figure that out. Okay, I think we're just going to darken it up. We're going to click on the, we're going to add another layer. I'm going to create a clipping mask and just do multiply. And let's see, it's a little too dark. Change the opacity a little bit. And I think I'm just going to also click on the, we'll just call this layer eyes. Create a layer mask. And I think I'm just going to brush away a little bit of it. See how that works. Yeah, I think that's good. So, because this side on the right side is going to be dark. Okay. So, I think that's about it. Okay, I think that's it. So hope this helped. A few things about layers, lighting, bezels, and eye color. And so hopefully that helps someone, and I appreciate it for watching, and thank you very much.